Welcome to Constructive Conversations, the podcast dedicated to raising the standard of excellence in light construction. I'm your host, Colton Lingle. Each episode will explore the people, products, and processes that are shaping the future of this industry. From practical insights to proven best practices, you'll discover how to build better businesses, relationships, and buildings. This is where excellence isn't just expected, it's the baseline. Get ready, because today's constructive conversation starts now. Welcome back to Constructive Conversations. I'm Colton Lingle, and still out in Montrose. In fact, if you listened to or watched last week's podcast, I recorded it just on the other side, facing the mountains. Now you get a great view of Grand Mesa back here. Looking up towards Delta, and then the adobes behind me towards Black Canyon and Gunnison. So, podcast for today. Just last week, you heard me talking about taking care of our clients, taking care of the people around them, and taking care of our employees and taking care of the people around our employees, and how important that is to build loyalty, to build trust, and to create an awesome client experience. So today, actually, this is the first podcast of the new year. So I wanted to bring up our word of the year, what we use to focus our company this year, what we're using to push us forward. And that word is sanctuary. Sanctuary has been a word I've been chewing on for the last couple months. And what that means for me, what that means for our employees, and what that means for our clients. For me, sanctuary carries this idea of some place that you can go to get away from the hectic life that we all tend to live, and we can relax, and we can rest, and we can recover. We can spend time with the ones that we love. It also has an idea of peace and safety, and that what happens in there is safe in there. The old history nerd side of me thinks about the long-standing tradition, which hasn't necessarily played out throughout history, but lots of people have tried, where in times of distress and trouble, invaders were coming, and Christians would run to the church and go into the church building and claim sanctuary. They would go there to get away from the dangers and the chaos around them. And they'd claim sanctuary there. And if you were a somewhat moral person, you would agree to the laws of sanctuary, and you wouldn't disturb them while they were in that church building. It goes even further back than that in the Old Testament, where in the Bible, where God plans out sanctuary cities, where if you accidentally harmed someone, maybe a workplace accident, you could run to that sanctuary city, and they were spread out all across the land of Israel, and you would flee to that sanctuary city and get there, and you could stay there safely and not suffer the retribution of the person that you hurt, or their family coming after you and hurting you or killing you as retribution. So the idea of sanctuary is a pretty old idea, and I'm just trying to bring it around and see how that idea applies to us and how we do business today. So thinking through that, sanctuary for me is important in two different areas. We want to build, I should say, places of sanctuary for our clients. Not here in the mountains in Colorado, but back home in Western North Carolina in our mountains. It's really difficult to find any houses anymore that have flat land around them. So one of the things I've learned is that a lot of our clients are using their decks as their backyard, as their front yard, as their place to go and get away when they need a place to relax. A lot of our clients work from home. So inside their house tends to be their place of work as well. So it's hard to get away from that. So they need a place to go to do that. So they have a deck, nice, comfortable chairs, beautiful view, and that's their sanctuary. So we're building that sanctuary for them so that they can have a place to get away. We're building that place where their family can come and they can talk and they can enjoy wonderful food, good drinks, and enjoy that time and get away so that they don't have to think about the difficulties and the troubles of life for just a little bit of time. So as we're building that deck and putting the siding on that house to make it look warm and inviting as you pull up into the driveway, and adding that screen porch to protect you from those bugs, we need to be thinking about how this is going to get used. How is this space going to get used? Are we making sure that we put the care and the time into it to make sure that it's excellent for them to have a place where they can get away and can be comfortable? So that's number one. Are we really trying to think through how is this place going to be a sanctuary for our clients, and making sure that we put those little touches in there that make sure we have a comfortable place, a relaxing place for our clients. So we have to communicate that with our employees, that this is what's important to us, getting our clients in a comfortable spot, in a relaxing spot. And then along the way, are we making sure we don't disturb their sanctuary while we're doing that construction process? Now, construction is a difficult, noisy, dirty process. There will be some disruption to sanctuary along the way, but can we keep that to a limiting point as small as possible? We don't have to have material spread out all across their driveway. We don't have to have everything just thrown around. We can have the material in nice stacks. We can keep our tools in the trailer nice and neat out of the way. We can try and do things, we're not trying to just make a bunch of noise just for the sake of making noise, but we're being conscious of the fact that we're on somebody else's property. We're doing work for them. This is their home, and we need to take care of it and treat it like we would want to be treated if somebody was doing work on our house and we were trying to go about our day and get stuff done, and how disruptive and disturbing that could be to us too. So we want to be conscientious of that. Finally, the final thought I'd like to throw out here is the thought process of sanctuary with our employees. Now, obviously, I don't expect all of our employees to just be like, oh, yeah, I love hanging out with my boss and all the other guys, and it's just the greatest place. I'd rather be there than at home. No, I want them to be at home. I want them to enjoy the time with their family, but I don't want them to come into work dreading being at work, having to deal with the people at work, what they're going to have to do. Obviously, what we do is hard work, and there's difficult aspects of it, but I don't really think that that's what causes them to dread coming into work. I think what can be a real issue with coming into work is the people they have to work with, the drama that they have to put up with, the attitudes that people have. So making sure, one, that we hire the right people that care about coming into work, care about the people they work with, are excited to be here, and really genuinely good people that come in with a great attitude and want to be around the people that they're with. And then finally, I as a boss need to make sure that we're making sure, as the owner, we're making sure that, you know, when things start to go south, when people start to have those attitudes, those are addressed quickly and taken care of as fast as we can. Um, Whether that's just addressing it with them and making sure that there's an attitude change. Occasionally, that will mean that we're going to have to let somebody go because they just don't fit within the company. But making sure that we really protect that for our employees so that they know they can come to work and they can have that place of security to know that they're not going to get chewed out every day. They're not getting screamed at. They're not getting yelled at all the time, but they're there and they're getting stuff done and they enjoy being around the people that they're with. So that's the idea of sanctuary that we're thinking about as we head into the rest of 2026. And we're going to maybe share some of the ways that we're trying to do that along the way, probably over on Instagram. So if you follow us, Mountain Decks and Exteriors, at Mountain Decks and Exteriors over on Instagram. And maybe we'll talk about it more on the podcast too. I'll probably try and loop around some point again in the year to talk about this. But sanctuary is the word of the year for Mountain Decks and Exteriors. And looking forward to putting this into practice more and more as the year goes on, and even beyond this year, trying to really focus on that and improve the client experience and the employee experience along the way. So thanks for you guys for following along. Stay humble, stay working, and we'll see you next time. Thanks.
Thanks for joining us on Constructive Conversations, where we're raising the standard of excellence one episode at a time. If you found today's discussion valuable, be sure to subscribe so you never miss an episode. And if you know a homeowner or contractor who could benefit from these insights, share this podcast with them. Until next time, keep building smarter, keep raising the bar, and keep the conversation constructive.